Hey everybody, this is Jill Sabella with Sabella Styles, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how to make this pretty card using our Springtime Foils Specialty Designer Series paper, available right now in the Celebration catalog. For every $50 spent, you can earn this pack of paper for free. And it does come with 4 different designs. This is kind of the copper look, this is silver, another copper spots, and this is silver and gold. And they're very thick papers, kind of great for boxes or even just, you know, in this particular case I did layer, but it really didn't need much more than the 1 layer because it's so sturdy. So I'm going to show you how to use those. We're also going to be using our new Stampin' Blends to color in on the paper, which is awesome because they're alcohol based. They just color right on and they don't smear. But let me show you some other products we're going to be using for this card. I'm using this Always In Forever stamp set. I'm only using the Mr. and Mrs., but it is a cute stamp set that has all kinds of other uses. There's another wedding card I did, kind of mixed metals and all wood and that shabby chic look. And then I did this card that's just like Here For You with a sparkly Winkastella heart. A little more simplified, but there are some other uses for this, and it's a really fun, simple stamp set. Also, just some examples, the things I made with the Springtime Foils paper. The entire paper is used for the card, so you can see how thick it is. In this one, you pinch the butterfly. I got this idea from someone. I thought it was just super cool. But the paper is so thick it can be the card base, which is pretty awesome. And then this one was an Easter card where I did color in the leaves, just an accent to my Easter card. So we are also going to be using the Flourish Thinlit dies, and they do coordinate with this set, the Flourishing Phrases set, which I used on the inside of my card as well. So we're just going to be using this piece. I have already pre-cut, but we'll be using a little bit of this. And these dies really look pretty with these papers too. They kind of coordinate with the leaves and the flowers. So I'm going to just go ahead and show you how the card is made. So to start off, let me move some of these things aside. You're going to need a piece of, put that there, a piece of, this is actually powder pink cardstock, and it measures at 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. And then you will need a piece of the Springtime Foils DSP. This one I use the copper flowers, and it measures at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. Then you'll need a piece of the powder pink that's a little smaller, scrap kind of size. You can always trim it down, but this is about 3/4 inches by 3 3/8 is what fits my Mr. and Mrs. Depending on your sentiment, you may need to make it bigger. So I would start out maybe with a scrap, and then you can trim it down if you need to. And then you also need a piece of powder pink 1/2 inch ribbon, and it is, I think it's 5 inches long. And then, like I mentioned, this scrap of copper foil, I just went ahead and cut it out with the Flourish Thinlits, this particular one, and it's only a 1/2 one. So I cut out a whole one, cut it in half, and I could get 2 cards out of it. And you can put the our adhesive on the back of it. This particular one I did not, but this would be a great die to put our adhesive sheets on the back before you cut them, and then they just become a sticker when you peel it off. I have some another project I'll be showing that shows those off too, but for now I'm just leaving this as is. And then also I did use the copper embossing powder. I already pre-embossed just so it wouldn't take me any extra time, but and I'll show you those items too. I just embossed on the inside, again using this Flourishing Phrases stamp set. There are some great sentiments and things in there for different occasions, and so I used that one. And then another sentiment actually from the stamp set that is Ribbon of Courage, and that one's this. So I use this this phrase right here to do the inside on that. And then the scrap, I went ahead and pre-embossed that with the Mr. and Mrs. with the copper embossing powder. So those are all ready to go. We're just going to set them aside till we need to assemble our card, and I'm going to show you the coloring techniques. So we have the Stampin' Blends, and they each come in a darker shade and a lighter shade of each color. These are Old Olive, and these are pink. I believe it's Pink Pirouette, but it does look really good with the powder pink, so we can work with that. I have found it best to start with the deeper color and do my kind of my shadowing, I guess, with that first, and then I know this is hard to tell that it's the deeper color because it is so light, but I kind of keep it on the side of my marker, the paintbrush side in this particular case. If it was more detailed, I would use the other side. It is a pen-like side, but I am going to use the paintbrush sort of side. And I'm not an artist, so I'm coloring the deeper, the middle parts and things of the flowers to make them a deeper shade. That's my thought process on that. I don't know. I just kind of mess around with it, and I don't know that it ever turns out bad. So, and I will say it's one of those things when you do it, you might miss some parts and didn't know it was a leaf, and you have to go back and color. But then I take this, the lighter color, and I come back in and I blend and I pull the darker color kind of out with it. And you do not need to press very hard with these. They are very kind of an inked up marker, so they have a lot of juice to them to get them covering the paper. So I really don't think you need to press too hard on those. It's harder to do on the video since I can't see in front of me as well. But you can see how fast you can go. You can be more detailed if you want to and really focus on the tiny details, but I just wanted to get this one done fast, and I think it still will be very pretty when it's all said and done. Let's see, did I miss any flowers? But see how you can see the dimension and the depth. You can always go back to if you feel like it needs more dimension in one place or the other. And you can add that. And then again, if you need to blend it in, you can blend it with the lighter shade of that marker. So I'm gonna do the green the same way, and I may fast forward the video if it seems like it's going too long. But now you can see though how it doesn't smear off. It just dries straight on the paper. It's pretty cool. Like I said, this one's probably a little sloppier than I like, but again, even with it being sloppy, gives that watercolor look, and it doesn't, I don't know that it looks too bad. Anyway, so that's your piece, and then I'll go ahead and add it to my card. So put some fast fuse on the back, the bottom portion. We're going to add the ribbon first. So just put two little pieces there to hold the ribbon. I'm going to lay the ribbon underneath and then bring it over just to kind of fold it in there and get it around the back. And then we'll go ahead and add our adhesive completely on the rest of it. Okay. Just to the front of the card. Let's make it sure it's the front. Yep. Since I've already done my stamping, normally, well, no, I would have done this all ahead of time anyway, just to get the embossing done. But then I went ahead and just did a little tiny strip of adhesive on the back here, and just to get that stuck. Then I'll add dimensionals on the back and kind of overlap them again with the that little flourish that I've cut out so that it helps it keep it on there. And then just add it here, and you are done. Gorgeous card. Again, you can do any kind of sentiment on this kind of card. There's a sympathy. This is, I believe, maybe an anniversary that I did in there. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and please check out my website at sabellastyles.stampinup.net, or subscribe to this channel so you can check out new videos later. Thank you.